Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reiki Radio Season 9. I am Yolanda, and I'm trying to contain my excitement right now. There's so much going on today. First of all, I have been anticipating coming back for Season 9 of the Reiki Radio. It has been a long break, but I will explain why in just a moment. I first of all want to thank everyone who has been listening to the podcast for a while, sending me messages, making sure I was okay, letting me know that you were ready for the podcast to come back. You inspire me, encourage me, and I'm so thankful for all of you. I also want to thank everyone who is new to the community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy all of the past episodes in the archives. We've had some conversations with phenomenal healers, teachers, and authors over the years, as well as some episodes of me just sharing what it's been like on this Reiki journey. And now with Season 9, I've had plenty of time to consider the direction of this new season of the show. In thinking about it, came to really realize that Reiki Radio has been a teaching podcast for so many. I had no idea that that would be what it became, but we have learned a lot from the different people who have come to share, and we've learned through each other's stories. And I really want to put some emphasis on that in this season, just further supporting us as a community and on your path. So with that, today, I really want to talk to you a little bit about welcoming you back to love, because I recognize in my own practice and some wonderful opportunities I've had in this break from the podcast, how much Reiki itself is really doing that. This practice, this technique, and the connection with this universal life force energy is actually a welcoming back to love, to that purified, unconditional love of self and the awareness of all there is, and really ushering us back into that remembrance of our true nature. Now, granted, there's a lot that we go through in the process, which we've talked about over the years and will continue to explore with more depth through Season 9. But just having that awareness was phenomenal to me, like really recognizing how much practicing Reiki and other techniques as well have changed my life, have helped me heal, have helped me transform. But having the opportunity to witness that same process of transformation in other people, listeners and clients and students, I'm just so grateful, and it gives me a lot of inspiration, because more people are starting to wake up to this realization that there is more. There is a need for change. So much has erupted for all of us over these last few years, and now we are finding our ways back to this deep level healing that is very impactful and necessary for all at this time. So there's a lot that I will share with you. Excited about having different guests come, again, just to further support you in your path, and this welcoming back to the recognition of you, your true nature, and some deep level healing and transformation, recognizing yourself as the energetic alchemist that you are. So aside from it being a teaching podcast, I really have been questioned a lot about where I've been, why I took a break. And part of it is, honestly, since the beginning of COVID, right at the start, I started spending a lot of time on the East Coast. So those of you who have listened to the podcast for a while know that I live in California, but I am from the East Coast. And so I spent a lot of time in these last 2.5 years, primarily in the DC, Maryland area with my family, which was a really interesting experience. And I'm so grateful that I had that opportunity to do that. It was a huge time of healing for me, because as a lot of you know as well, I lost 3 friends. 3 friends transitioned within that time frame as well. So it was great to be able to kind of sink in and get all of that connection with my family that I usually don't get to have being 3,000 miles away. And then aside from that, I was working on an Oracle deck, the Energetic Alchemist Oracle, which I am so excited is available for you to pre-order now. Like it's almost unbelievable. I can't even tell you. That's why I'm trying to contain my excitement today, because it's finally I get to ship it out and share it with all of you. So this is an Oracle deck that I was inspired to create so many years ago. And then for many reasons, I didn't. One of the main reasons being I'm not an artist, and I didn't know how to commission an artist. I didn't think I could afford it, all of the things. And then fast forward some years, I finally was in a space where I was not only ready to work on the deck again from this new level of understanding that I've gained through my practice and teaching and working with all of you, but I also was introduced to an artist by a friend. And so 3 years ago today, 3 years ago today, which is the same anniversary of Reiki Radio, September 4th, I commissioned an artist named Hilary Zozula, and she is phenomenal. And she and I worked on the artwork of the deck. And so it was this crazy process. It was so much fun. And I want to tell you so many details about that process, but I'm going to wait because she actually agreed to come on Reiki Radio to talk to you about this process of working together and creating the deck. So stay tuned for that conversation with her. I think it'll be very inspiring for all of you, especially those who may be considering creating some type of project that may include art. But deep bow of gratitude to Hillary. You'll learn more about her. So we worked together. She and I worked together for about a year. So we started in September 2019, and the deck has 74 cards. So there were 74 images that she created. And if you're watching this on video, you can see some of them I'm holding up now. If you are listening to this on the podcast, you can go to my website and get a sneak peek of these beautiful, oh my God, the cards are just so beautiful. I can't believe. But today they are available for pre-order, and I'm just, I don't even know the words, beyond excited to share with you. So there is that. I do want to let you know that the deck, because it was an independent project, I didn't go through a publishing company and didn't have any kind of crowdfunding or something like this. It is a limited edition. So if you would like your own copy of the Energetic Alchemist Oracle deck, be sure to go to my website right now, pre-order your copy, because again, it is a limited edition, and once they're gone, they're gone. Later in the year, there will be classes that accompany the deck. If you're interested in taking any of the classes, those will be available. But I just want to give some time to first get everyone's orders out and let you get acquainted with your deck before the classes begin. So you can go to my website, theenergeticalchemist.com, and I cannot wait to share this with you. I mean, I'm sure you know without me even saying, the deck was created with you in mind. I wanted a deck that really spoke to the journey, the process, the healing, the transformation of healers, empaths, seekers, practitioners. I wanted a deck that we could resonate with, that we could pull cards and read the definitions that really point to what these journeys are like. So it was really created with you in mind. Again, if you're looking at the video, this is what the box looks like. Even the design of the box. Thankfully, I have a friend who is a graphic artist. Her name is Turtle, and she designed the box for me. She helped to create the layout of the book that comes along with the deck. So you have definitions of all of the cards. It's just, it was a labor of love. And again, it was 3 years ago today that it all started. So I'm just beyond the moon to share with you. orders are already coming in. I actually woke up to orders, so I'm excited to finish printing out the labels, and yeah, so much going on. But in other news, back to the podcast, we have some beautiful guests already lined up to share with you this month. So, Reiki Radio, just like in the past, will air every Monday. So, episodes will be available every Monday. Be sure to subscribe to Reiki Radio on all of your favorite podcast platforms so you receive notification when new episodes are available. Some of the interviews, not all of them, but some of them will also be recorded with video. So if you would like to actually watch the interviews, you want to make sure to go to my YouTube channel, which is just go to YouTube and look up Reiki Radio and you will find me. Follow me on YouTube. And again, you'll be notified when any of the videos of the interviews are updated if you'd like to watch that way. And I actually tune in on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific to watch the interviews live with you in case you want to chat with me about it real time while the episode is playing. So I want to tell you about some of the guests that are coming up if you want to mark your calendars. The first person that will be sharing with us on Reiki Radio tomorrow on September 5th, her name is Natalie Jasper. You may recognize her. She came on Reiki Radio before in the past. She also has a podcast called Dive Into Reiki, and I was a guest on her show before. And in fact, you can get more information about her podcast, all for every guest, down in the show description of their episodes. But Natalie is coming to talk to us about Reiki from an expanded view. Now, here's the thing. This year, another reason I was gone on hiatus for so long was I was invited to be a co-host for the Reiki Rays Healing Summit. Most of you are familiar with this. It is a global healing summit that is held virtually through Reiki Rays every year. Last year, I was invited to be a guest, to be interviewed, but this year I was invited to be a co-host. And so I had the opportunity to interview so many beautiful Reiki teachers and practitioners globally through that summit. That summit will be fully released this November, but you can register for it right now today. Again, if you go to my website, you'll see the link to register today, and that will give you access to 4 interviews for free right away. You can access 4 of those interviews. But one of the interviews I did was with Natalie. And I realized in our conversation about Reiki that there's so much more about her practice that I've never talked to her about publicly. And I don't know that she's even shared publicly. So tomorrow, when you tune into that episode, you will learn how martial arts became a big part of supporting her practice with Reiki and why she chose to do that, but also how her trip to Japan helped her with her understanding and practice of the technique. It was all very interesting, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. Then the following week, we have a beautiful conversation with an artist who is also a Reiki practitioner. Her name is Kianga. Now, Kianga I met last year when I was invited to be a speaker at a Melanated Reiki Healers Conference, which is also an annual event. And her story and her connection to energy work, it started out with massage, and then I'm not going to give it all away, but her story will also inspire you, including a trip to South Africa to bring some healing to children. Just wait until you hear. Then the following week, we have another beautiful Reiki practitioner named Lamy Wu. Lamy, I also met through the Melanated Reiki Healers Conference, and I was blown away by her presentation. What she shared was about crystal craft, divination, and gridding, all about crystals. Now, listen, I talk to and know so many people who love crystal work. I even love working with crystals, but her way of presenting it and her ways of gridding were so easy to understand and follow that I really wanted her to come and share with us on Reiki Radio for any of you who are into crystal work or curious about it and how it all ties in beautifully with her Reiki practice. And then we have some more phenomenal guests coming. I mean, the list goes on, and you will see. Just be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to follow the YouTube channel because some of these you will be able to watch. Go to my website right now if you want to pre-order the limited edition of the Energetic Alchemist Oracle deck, which I cannot wait to ship out to all of you. And also you can register for the Reiki Rays Healing Summit to access even more content from Reiki teachers and practitioners around the world, further supporting you on your path. So I'm glad you are here. Together, we are going to go deeper into that invitation of love that Reiki provides. We're going to go deeper in our understanding of what actually happens in these processes that we go through on the other side of the attunements. What drew you into this practice in the first place? And it's not even about just, a lot of people think, oh, if I learn Reiki, then that must imply that I'm going to be a practitioner. That's not the case. If you're here and you are called or guided to be a practitioner, believe me, you're going to learn a lot to support that work. But for everyone, more importantly, which is what I love to focus on, is what Reiki does for you, your personal healing, your personal transformation, and how you end up being this vessel for healing and illumination just through your expression. There's so much we're going to cover this season. I'm telling you, I'm excited. There's so much that I've learned, that I've realized, a lot of messages that have come through to really illuminate deeper levels of understanding of this work, but also why now it is so crucial and critical. And I cannot wait to share it all with you. So I want to thank you again for being here. I thank you. I'm excited to celebrate season 9 of Reiki Radio with all of you. If you already know there are certain topics or even people that you would like to hear me interview on Reiki Radio, you can send them messages. Let them know that they can email me to schedule themselves as a guest. You can email me personally just to let me know what it is you would like to hear on this season. Any of it. I am here. I'm available. Now, admittedly, it may take me a little bit to reply to those emails because right now I am focusing on printing out these labels and shipping out these decks. But I promise you, I will check everything. I look forward to working with all of you. I look forward to just sharing again. Another thing, if you are not already on my newsletter, be sure while you're on my website, sign up for the newsletter because you get access to 22 days of transformation, which is a free guided journey. But you'll also have access to the energy of the month every month. Now, I usually don't post those videos publicly, but this month I did, just to give you a taste. So if you go again to my YouTube channel, go to YouTube, look up Reiki Radio, you can watch the September Energy of the Month update. And again, if you sign up for my newsletter, you'll have access to that every month, as well as receive updates about what's new and upcoming, because there's a lot to share with you this year. I've also had a lot of requests for Reiki classes, which I hope to be able to start to schedule and figure all of that out. Stay tuned. But for now, I just really want to thank you for being here. I look forward to all that we will explore together in season 9. And remember to always journey in love.